Hey everyone, Tutor Brian here. This is a product review of the Dewalt Jump Starter, which I got from Home Depot for $149, around $161 after tax. Speaking of, every time I've gone to Home Depot, my experience has been pretty good. Each time I buy a product, it turns out to be useful, beneficial, helpful, something that solves problems. And one feature I do like is that when you check online for a specific product at a specific store, it tells you exactly how many are on hand at the store, and when you show up to the store, it turns out to be exactly that amount. The inventory is accurate. So that is a nice part of shopping with them. And as far as the review itself, it's just going to be a general overview, talking about my experience with this product. I'm not really much of an automotive expert, so I can't really go into some of the more technical details, but I can say this is something that is useful to have around just in case for emergency situations, and it allows you to do the jump start. Instead of using jumper cables and a second vehicle, you can just use this on your own vehicle, and it's convenient. I've had this for about a year now, and I did end up getting a new car battery from the time I bought this, so I really haven't used it on my own vehicle yet, but I've let other people use it. And one experience that has shown how powerful this thing is when there was a need to jumpstart a large vehicle, a truck, and the power was completely out. All we did was put the clamps in place, and immediately as soon as we got in the right position, immediately the headlights flashed on. So that just showed how powerful this thing is. And then once we pushed switch on and cranked the engine, the vehicle started. So that showed how effective it was. And it has the other benefits, other functions that are helpful as well. So besides the jump starting, it can do other things. Inside the box there is the instruction booklet, which is a must read. It tells you exactly how to use this. It has the DC adapter for charging the car. It has an adapter for the compressor hose, which can go onto tires by itself, but to inflate recreational items like basketballs, volleyballs, etc., you use the adapter. This is what the product looks like. Front side has the screen, LCD, backlit, and it has all the buttons. On the side it has the battery clamps, which fit nicely onto the little tabs there, which allow these things to not be in the way. They stay in position, and the cords wrap around the bottom. On the back there are the two lights, the AC adapter. You need an extension cord to charge this. Initially it takes about 40 hours like the instructions say, and that seems like correct. It seemed to be correct when I first charged it. DC adapter outlet here, and it seems like it has a long battery life to me. I haven't had to charge it very frequently in the last year. But then again, I haven't used it at full power often, and I haven't used it frequently. But it does seem like it has a good long battery life. Here's the compartment for the compressor hose, which should roll up and fit nicely in there, but I have it out to show what it looks like. This will fit onto I believe it's called the valve stem on the tires, and the adapter will go here for the other items that need inflating. And the basic function, the jump starting, is very straightforward, as the instructions say how to do it. Put the clamps on, and then turn this on, the jump starter switch on, and then crank the engine, and then it should jump start. And the nice thing about this is it kind of guides you along the process. So if you're not very skilled with cars, if you're doing something wrong, it will indicate that by flashing some signals like an exclamation mark, if there's reverse polarity when the positive and negative aren't connected correctly, it'll have a symbol for that too. It'll be flashing, and there will be some frequent short beeps to let you know that something's wrong, that it's not being done correctly. So you have to take it apart, pull it, start the whole process over, take out the clamps and do it again until you get it right. And when you do get it right, the symbol for the positive and negative clamps will come on here, and there will be a symbol for the engine, which means you can turn this on and start your engine. Right now the clamps aren't fastened onto anything, so it just shows the battery life, which is 4 bars full, and the voltage 12.5. The other features, the light, which I find useful for situations like power outages. So you don't really have to have like a lantern separate or a flashlight. You can have this, and the USB too, which to use these ports you have to push the button and then the blue light comes on. You can charge things like phones using these USB ports. And the compressor, to push the air button, you can lower or raise the preset PSI that you want, and you push the button again, it will inflate until it reaches that preset number, and then you push it again and it'll turn off. It is loud. And there's an alternator test, but I don't think I've had to use it, or it's not something that I would use frequently. So overall, I say this is a very good product to have just in case. It is worth what I paid for it, and it's worked every time. So definitely recommend it. Thanks so much for watching the video. Here's how the jump starting process looks right now. Everything is off, screen's blank. Put the red positive clamp on the terminal and the battery, the positive one, and then take the black negative clamp, connect it to a metal part that's not moving, and the screen lights up. And you see the symbols for positive and negative clamps. They're not moving, there's no flashing exclamation point or polarity symbol, which is arrows back and forth. Everything's good to go. This is a symbol for engine, which means at this point I can turn it on and crank the engine, and that would be it. Here is an example of using the Dewalt jump starter for its USB charging capabilities. Right now it is in the off mode, and so I will plug in a USB cord connecting currently to my iPod, which has very short battery life anyways. It's that old, so it's like I have to constantly keep it charged to use it. And since I have the jump starter in my trunk already, I just put it in the passenger seat, charge the iPod simultaneously so that I can also connect it to the audio system in the car. And so I plug in the USB cord to the Dewalt jump starter in one of the 2 USB ports, and then where it says USB right there, I click that button, and then the light comes on. It's blue on the USB port, and the screen is blue too. Shows you how much battery life. It's pretty much full. This charging doesn't take a lot of the power from the jump starter battery. And so iPod is charging in the corner there. Maybe you can see. Anyways, it's charging, and it's using the power from the Dewalt jump starter.